Hey guys, what's up? It's Dark here and welcome back to another video. Today I'm starting off a new series for Mythic Plus guides for tanks who are looking to either get into Mythic Plus while looking to push up to higher keys. So the idea behind these videos is to allow you to know the pathing to take in what dungeons, what skips are being used, what to pull together, and just a general overview of the dungeon if you're looking to push into Mythic Plus. So starting off, we're going to start with Atal'Dazar today, and starting off with this dungeon, there are two sets of steps that you can run down at the very start. Left side, right side. You're always going to run down the left side. It's important to run down the left side, as on the right side, there is a stealthing mob that pats up and down to the stairs that we're running past at the moment to the right. And if you run down the right stairs, when you go to the wall, you'll most likely catch that stealth mob and it can cause all kinds of shit for you. So run down the left stairs, cross over, hug the right wall and jump down. Now, when you jump down, you want to take as much fall damage as you possibly can. So your healer starts off behind, pre-pot and pull Lazarre. And what you're going to do is you're going to pull him over to one of these little pillars on the wall. And the idea with this is you're going to face his head towards you, stick his tail out so no one's getting tail swipes. And then you're going to use either side of these to line of sight. Now you can use the stairs as well where the dinosaur heads are. Some people tank him there and they line of sight each side on that. It is complete group preference. I always do it this way. Now, a couple of things with Razan. If you are a night elf, when you get fixated, and it can go on the tank as well, you can actually shadow meld this. So Alliance for once actually have a win ratio in a dungeon. In regards to the terrifying visage, which is the fear cast, if you're a DK, you can AMS it. If you're a warrior, you can Zerka Rage it. Otherwise, if there's a shaman in your group, they can Trematoda 1 and 3. Now, if you don't have any of those options around the fixate to vanish or shadow meld or anything like that, then you're just going to have to kite him back and forwards, up and down the water. It's important that you run in the water and not over the purple patches on the ground, as they will spawn skeletons, but you're just going to run down the water and you're going to move to the next pillar along the way, and then you're going to set up the exact same, his head facing towards you, and it's just a rinse repeat. He's not overly difficult. That's about it. If you get multiple raptors up though, it can end up hurting you and things like that. Just make sure you're line of sighting the fear or using your AMS. You shouldn't have too many problems on this one. Once Razan is dead, you're going to run up, you're going to mount up and you're going to run up the left side stairs from where you pretty much came from, and you're going to run into the first pack of toxic pterodactyls. Now, when you get to, I'm not going to go over what mobs are infested and things like that, because that generally changes each week. If you do have infested ones in the little toxic pterodactyls, it's worth just burning them down. Focus the infested one, burn them down, and kill the kahoonies when they spawn. You won't have too many issues. On fortified weeks and things like that, they can hurt. You can drop a ring a piece, stack up and all stand in the ring for them. We're going to kill that first pack, then we're going to run back up the stairs to the top. There's going to be another pack of toxic pterodactyls that we are going to kill. Once they're dead, we're going to turn and run towards the middle. In the middle, there's going to be a Screechy Boy and another pack of toxic pterodactyls. It's really important with the Screechies that you have people assigned to interrupt. So you're generally going to get 2 fear casts going off. Make sure you're interrupting the fear casts. After that, we're going to turn, we're going to run back down, we're going to go down the next set of stairs to our right, and we're going to pull 2 Screechies down here. Again, it's really important that you're marking these and interrupting them. Now, one thing you can do if you have a monk in your group is you can actually leave these 2 down here. When we go, when we finish these ones I've got on the video here, we're actually going to go up the stairs and up to the right, which would be if you were coming down the stairs originally where the dungeon was starting, you'd be going left. I know that's probably confusing. What you can do is when you're actually up here, a monk can put Transcendence up the top, drop onto the ledge, crackling jade the infested pterodactyls or the pterodactyls down there, then Transcendence back up and you can actually kill them up here with these packs. It just depends on what you're doing, what you feel capable of and what you're comfortable with. But that is an option, just so you know. So we're going to go up here and we're going to kill this 3 pack, which has got the Juggernaut and the 2 Honor Guards in them. With the Juggernaut, all you really need to do is make sure that you're lightly spread, just so the Juggernaut's charge only hits 1 person. When they enrage, just make sure you are either kiting away or getting that soothed off. And that's pretty much it with this pack. These 3 aren't going to give you a lot of trouble. The next pack though, however, has a Confessor, the Augur, and the Juggernaut in it. So same rule applies for the Juggernaut in just making sure you spread so the charge is only hitting one person. With the Confessor, make sure you're interrupting their Boswandi Mantle or whatever it's called. It's a bubble, it's not good. The Augur will also do the fiery enchant that you want to make sure that you are interrupting. The wildfires aren't a huge issue if you just want to let them cast. The Confessor will also do a mending word. You obviously don't want that to go off either. So once they're dead, we are going to mount up again and we're going to start running back towards the way we started from. We're going to the poison side, so the right side of the dungeon. So we're going to run up here. There's going to be a stealthy on the stairs and there's going to be a reanimated horror up the top. Now, sometimes the totem is infested. It all depends on what you want to do here. If you are a DK, you're going to want to control this reanimated horror so you don't have to worry about killing it. And you're going to use that as your pet. These two shield bearers are going to be padding. Grab them whenever you can. And we're also going to throw a D&D on the staircase to pull the two stealthing mobs out from the stairs. Now, the strat I'm going to show you in here relies either around having a rogue or an invisibility pot. Now, I would, even if I didn't have a rogue on a high key, I would nearly say using the invis pot is worth it here. With the shield bearers, of Zul, you just need to watch out for their shield bash, especially when they enrage or on high fort weeks. They're going to shield bash whoever is closest to them. If you as the tank are running away, someone is going to get smacked in the face and they're going to get dead. The shield bearers will also put up a bulwark of Juju. You just need to stun this as anything in it is taking decreased damage or pretty much no damage. You can't grip them off or anything like that, but you can hard stun them or hard CC them out of that bulwark of Juju. The stalkers, you shouldn't have a lot of trouble with. Again, just make sure you're using your cooldowns and things like that for fortified thing. They have a Venom Fang Strike. It does do a fair bit of damage and it leaves a dot on you. So once they're all dead, we're going to run up hugging the left side here. And what we're looking for is a stealthing mob that is in between the two packs you can see here on the screen. So what we're doing is we're just trying to bait the stealthing mob out here. You're going to see it come through the blizzard in a second. Doug's actually ended up throwing a glaive into it, which is amazing that it didn't bounce to 7 other things. And we're going to kill this Shadowblade Stalker. Now, this is infested again, though. Infested is going to change each week. So make sure you kill this one because you don't want a shroud or invis pot or something like that and then have somebody get caught out of it and then it just leads to a whole bunch of shit. So we're going to kill that. Then what we're going to do is we're going to have our rogue distract. We're all going to mount up and we're going to shroud and we're going to hug this left wall all the way down here. We're going to go past them here. We're going to go across this little stream here. Then we're going to move up to where the boss's room is and we're going to hug this wall and we're going to go in around the right. So we skipped 2 packs, but they're probably the 2 most annoying packs in this entire dungeon, which is why it's really worth skipping if you have the option. Now, obviously a rogue makes that really good, but as I said, I would near on go an invis pot if I didn't have a rogue. With this boss, you just obviously want to make sure that you're not running too close to the gate because we've left that trash outside. And when the boss dies, you don't want to be near that gate either. Most important thing here is to obviously make sure that you kill the totems within, I think it's within 10 seconds of each other or something like that. If you come in here with your ad on a high tyrannical key, it's generally a good idea to dismiss and recontrol the ad before you start the pull. Just depends on what level key you're doing and how long the boss is going to be alive and how long you've got on your control undead. So push the totems all at the same time and then the boss is going to come out. Now what you want to do again on higher tyrannical keys is you want to make the most of this room. So kite him back sort of slowly. Obviously you have to be aware of what your DPS are having to put up with in regards to what they're having to stand in to hit the boss, what you're standing in. You want to make life as easy as you can for your healer and your DPS in this as well. So just make sure you're going all the way up into the points of the triangle kind of thing and you're just going to trace this line with the boss. Everyone's on interrupt duty, but if it falls to you, just make sure you're getting all the interrupts of the noxious stench or noxious, it's noxious stench. Make sure you're interrupting that. And that's pretty much it. Now, to get out, you have a couple of options. One is that you can Warlock Portal, and I'll have this on the screen. You can Warlock Portal on the right side, and you can actually Warlock Portal through the actual door. The second is that you can Imprison, Paralysis, Sap, and actually the left side and actually just hug the wall and walk out. For a little bit of extra comfort, you can also have a monk use Ring of Peace once there's CC'd to just punt them over out of the way, but you can do it without Ring, I believe. The other option is that you can have your tank run out, take them, and have your healer go out the other side and then mass res, or they can stealth out. The other option is killing them, which is a crap option because this is honestly one of the most annoying packs and you save a lot of time by not having to do it. We end up doing the double CC and ringer piecing them out of the way. But whatever option you go with, if you can avoid killing them, it is definitely a good way to go. So that's how we get out. Then we're going to come down the bottom of the stairs. One of these witch doctors is infested. There's two stealthy mobs, on the staircase here. So we're pulling them out once we jump down. I end up dismissing my ad up the top after that boss and killing it as well because I've had circumstances where I've run around and it's still managed to pull even though they're ringer pieced out of the way and they're sapped. So just for the safety of things, I ended up dismissing it and killing it in this run. You can make that call whether you want to go with that gamble or not. So we're killing these. Again, just watch the Bulwark of Jujus when they go off. Make sure you're stunning them. The Witch Doctors, when they're actually enraged, you really need to make sure you're interrupting their venom casts. The Shield Bearers as well. Keep in mind that they are going to shield bash people. If you're kiting, somebody is going to take that to the face. So just don't overpull on this section as it can get a little bit messy. So then you're going to hit the lever and you're going to go out onto the bridge and you are going to have the Screechy mobs again and the Toxic Pterodactyls. Again, just watch the leap on them. Make sure you've got interrupts assigned for the Screechy and that's pretty much it. Then you've got another Screechy and another pack of Toxic Pterodactyls. Kill them, exact same thing you've been doing. You're going to skip around the dinosaur pat in the middle. We're not killing them. So run around the outside. You're going to pull the Screechy up on the top of the pillar that's sitting up there. Again, assign an interrupt and you're dragging it into the Toxic Pterodactyl pack. Again, same rules apply, guys. Nothing is different. There's another one up the other top side, which you can either bring down right now, or you can wait and get it on the way to the last boss when you're going there. Up further, we've got another Screechy and another pack of Pterodactyls. So again, assign interrupts, kill them. Next pack just before the fire, double honor guard, double augur. You're not really going to have a much problem. The wildfire is not really the biggest problem. The biggest problem is the fiery enchant, which I don't think they'll actually cast in this because there's no juggernauts. But either way, just interrupt what you can on them. You're really not going to have any problems on this pack. So kill them, and then you're going to dodge the fire going up the stairs. Don't be an idiot and get killed by the fire. You can see on my screen right now, Dougs is dead because Dougs is an idiot. So when you get up to the top here, again, if there's infested, best thing you can do with infested, guys, the advice I can give to you, if there's small packs with infested, what you want to do is you just want to mark them with a skull, murk them down and kill the Gahoonies. If the mobs are big ones, like these elites, the big honor guards, the juggernauts and things like that don't fall over all of a sudden and are just going to heal the pack all around them where you'll end up wasting all your AoE, try and CC as many infested as you can within that area. Pull all the ones that aren't infested out and AoE them down, and then you're going to pull your 3 or 4 or whatever you've CC'd infested in together and kill all them, because infested can't heal each other and infested don't infest infested. So that's my advice for this one. Now we pull fairly big up here. The biggest thing to remember up here is to just make sure you've got interrupts on the augurs so their fiery enchant doesn't rape you. And on teaming weeks, I believe there'll be a confessor up there as well. So you just need to watch the mantle. I don't think there was a confessor in that. Sorry, I'm just skipping through the video at the moment. There's no confessor in that pack. So it's teaming where you get a confessor. The Priestess, they'll do their channel transfusion. If you end up getting that, make sure that you run into one of the blood pools so they're not healing, but that's about it. Then if you're on a plus 10 and over, you would then pull your 3 infested in, however much is up here that's infested that you CC'd, and you would kill them all together. Then you're on to the priest boss, the Priestess, and you've got a couple of options here. One is that you can actually do the Priestess first and then 2 more trash mobs, sorry. Otherwise, you can run over to the left side where there's an augur and a juggernaut, and you can kill the augur and the juggernaut. Now, sometimes one of these is going to be infested. Same rules apply with infested, guys. Same rules apply with the augur and the juggernaut. Make sure you spread so the charge only hits someone. Make sure you interrupt the fiery enchant from the augur, and that's about it. So then we're on to the Priestess boss, and again, you have a couple of strats that you can do with the Priestess boss. Dependent on what your group's made off of and how your CC is ranging, you can actually choose to CC these spirits of gold. What we did, and again this depends on what level key you're doing, is that we killed the first 2 ads and then we end up CCing the next 3. It just means that you have a much more uptime on the boss, obviously, to try and push the key through quicker. When she hits 100 energy, she goes into her transfusion. Everyone needs to run into a blood pool, so there's a red beam going back to the boss, which means she's not healing, which is exactly what we want. So as I said, we kill 2 ads and then we end up CCing the next ones that come out. So we use Paralysis, Blind, Ring of Peace. I don't think Imprison works, but you've got options. So whatever you've got available to you, make sure you use. By all means, kill the ads if you can. They're hard CCable, they're stunnable, which is hard CC anyway. They're slowable, so you've got to, you can grip them back, loads of options. Now you can see we end up pulling the last pterodactyl, the last screechy boy on the way to the last boss while the RP's going. Again, just make sure you've got your inner up set up, and that's pretty much it. Dodge the spiders on the stairs, and then we're on to the last boss, Yasma. Now, Yasma on high tyrannical is fairly nasty, so you going to want to save hero for this. Generally, you're going to hero on Rezan, hero on poison if it's back up by the time you've got there, and then you're going to hero on Yasma at the end. Now, with Yasma, obviously, your group is going to be clumping up in the middle. If you've got any slows, you can throw out like a DK or something like that, a Sigil of Chains. If you're on a Vengeance Demon Hunter, anything like that to stop the ads from getting to the boss, you want to help out there. The purple spiders that are walking around, you can have rogues clear them with cloak, or you can have Demon Hunters Fell Rush over the top of them, I believe. I think Nether Walk's the same as well, but Dougs, you can see just there, Fell Rushed over the top of one. Your job as the tank most of the time is going to be interrupting the racking pain and just watching out for the skewer. Make sure you've got active mitigation rolling for your skewers, or a heal up after, as it does hit quite hard. One thing you have to be mindful of the tank, after about 2 of these soul rends with the ads, you're probably going to have to move the boss out, because you can see the purple spiders just start to become sort of so overwhelming in those areas, and they absolutely brick the shit out of people on high level tyrannical keys. So what you're going to do is you're just going to trace the outside of the room with Yasma, making sure you're interrupting your racking pains and just sort of moving so your DPS can move behind and not get hit by the spiders. You're just going to trace the room pretty much. Now, the video that I've actually got going now is horrendous because we ended up losing 2 DPS really early, and this boss fight took actually 8 minutes, but you can see just how bad the floor gets with spiders. So you just need to continually trace around sort of the room, running away from the spiders. You form a spider train, and that's about it. The same mechanics are through the entirety of the fight. This is the toughest boss in Atal'Dazar though, by a mile, so just make sure you're saving your cooldowns for this one, hero and things like that. But that's pretty much it, guys. Hopefully you got something out of this guide. If there's any questions whatsoever, please do hit me up in the comments below. Otherwise, like, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for the support, guys, and hanging out and watching the video. Come find me on Twitch. Come say hi in Discord. I'll see you all next time. See you, fam.